And back on the Chibos pregame show with head coach Chad Spurgeon of the New Philadelphia Quakers. Coach, big game tonight against the Quakers. Not only is it a big game between the two schools, it's a big game for the conference play as well.
Oh, absolutely. What a great environment. A lot of people here tonight. Two good teams going to play basketball. It's a fun night to be here.
You've gone with pretty much an 8-man rotation. How's that worked out so far this season?
So far, so good. You know, we try to get up and down the floor some, and it takes 8 guys to do that. It's really nice. You know, we kind of have a starting 8 philosophy, and, you know, in the second half, we inevitably go with some guys more than others just on the basis of who's having a good night, and the kids have taken to it real well. It's been a nice year that way. I don't think anybody's too unhappy that they're not getting to play.
You know, anytime the Quakers and the Tornadoes get together, two different philosophies. One wants to get up and down the floor, the other wants to slow it down. It's a battle of wills. How's that going to turn out tonight? Well,
I don't know. I think there's a tipping point there with how much we can pressure and still maintain our discipline and not give up easy baskets, that if we can make it go a little faster, but certainly, you know, we're not willing to run around willy-nilly and just kind of let them lay the ball in. So we're going to find out.
All right, good luck tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Head coach Chad Spurgeon of the New Philadelphia Quakers. That's been the Chibos pregame show. Stay tuned for the tip-off in a moment right here on Big Time Sports. Back at the Quaker Gym as we get ready for our ball game between Dover and New Philadelphia. You see the season marks there, Bruce. We expect a great game in front of a big crowd here at the Quaker Gym. So why don't we talk a little bit about the Shook Auto keys to the game. We heard it from the coaches. Now let's hear it from your perspective as to what we can expect tonight.
Well, for Dover, of course, they're always going to try to control the tempo of the game. And what I mean by controlling the tempo of the game is not necessarily they're going to slow the game down. They're going to work their offense and work for good shots. On the defensive end, they're going to try to play great defense. They're going to try to limit, you know, the possessions of New Philadelphia. And if this game stays in the 40s, like they want it to, then they've got a great chance to win. On the other side, New Philly's got to have positive possessions every time down the floor. Get a good shot, hopefully to score off of it. If they don't score off the first possession, they want to pound the board and try to get some second chance points. And of course, since they're a young ball team, they need to limit their mistakes.
So those are the Shook Auto keys to the game. One of the biggest ones we just found out is Mason Mammarella will not start for the Tornadoes tonight. So why don't we get it? While we have a chance, why don't we go to our lineups here for the Dover Tornadoes? Jared Alexander, Jordan Ravine, Mason Mammarella is just announced will not at least start the game. He'll be replaced in the lineup by Jake Dumermuth, then Demetrius Farmer and Derek Swinnerman. For the Quakers, Jamal Johnson, Ron Miller, Marco Colombo, Brandon Fowler, and Ethan Boos. So the Quakers and the Tornadoes ready to go here with our first 8 minutes of action.
Scott, the Quakers will have a height advantage here. And, you know, the other thing talked about, you know, with Mammarella not playing because of the high ankle sprain, you also have Derek Swinnerman playing, you know, and he got banged up pretty good in the football season. And I think he's only practiced a few times, and this may be the first action he's seen for the Tornadoes.
So the Tornadoes and the Quakers ready to tip it off. The Quakers in the home whites, Dover in the road reds. We're ready to go with our 8 minutes of action. I want to wish you the happiest of holidays from Big Time Sports. As we're going to take a week off after this one, kind of rest up, and we got a busy January, February, and then you got tournament time, and then into spring sports. So it's a sprint to the finish here as we have the Dr. Kurt Guerin tip-off. It's controlled by the Tornadoes. And no, that's not smoke in the gym. The students let off kind of a baby powder spray there as the tip-off got underway. And we get a 5-second call. A great job defensively there by the Quakers. It's a turnover. Now there's concern about the powder on the floor from the student section. Hey, give them credit a little bit. I mean, they trying to do some things differently. They're into the game, and kind of a good thing that went bad. Now the whole gym smells like baby powder.
Yeah,
that's
still,
for sure.
Maybe it looks like it's on fire with all that smoke hanging around here.
It smells good. Doesn't matter if you took a shower today or not. You're smelling good. Even Coach Spurgeon over there trying to help clean things up. He's definitely revitalized the Quaker program. And they've got a philosophy. He's got 8 guys. He's basically got 8 starters.
Yeah, I mean, I was here last week when they played Cambridge, and they run those 8 off the bench, and there's really no letdown when they bring anybody off the bench.
So the cleanup done. We're start rolling here as Miller will bring it into the front court. Gives it up to Boost. Off the screen, Miller, left side. Tornadoes out in the man-to-man. Over to Johnson. Johnson looks inside and brings it out top. Colombo drives the lane, kicks it out to Miller. 3, got it. You got to figure the Quakers are going to pressure the Tornadoes as much as they can with Mason Mammarella out.
Yeah, this is little 2-2-1 box press they use. Not necessarily, they try to not necessarily steal the ball, but make a bad pass.
And ball deflected out of bounds. It will stay with the Tornadoes on the side. I think what Dover's learned over the last few games, they've got some bench play from Jonathan Fell and Zach Parrish. Those guys have come into the game and been very effective.
Not a lot of size, out there, so they got to, rely on their quickness and their discipline, in their offense.
Ravine is fouled by Miller.
New Philly coming out trying to be real aggressive with their man-to-man, try to force Dover into some early mistakes.
Philly's success may be tied directly to the way the officials officiate this game. Dummermuth with it on the left side. Looks backdoor to the hoop. Alexander, his shot's no good. Ball's knocked out of bounds by the Tornadoes. 6:41 to go here in the first quarter on the Dover Dental Group scoreboard. Scott Robinson and Bruce Witter with you. In the corner is Colombo. He'll drive into the lane, gives it up to Boost. Boost is going to hit the deck, travel with the basketball.
Both teams out very aggressively with their man-to-man to start the game. There's that box press pressure. And once again, we get a turnover off of it.
So the Quakers have the basketball. They lead at 3-0 on a Miller three-pointer. Miller drops it down low to Colombo. Colombo fouled on the baseline there by Jared Alexander. Alexander fouled out of their only loss against Marietta, and Bob Von Kettle thought that was a key thing in that entire game.
Yeah, and he's going to guard Colombo, and they're going to try to post Colombo up down inside with his height advantage. Off this they're doing a lot of off-ball screening, getting people open, and then post up down on the block.
Miller to Brandon Fowler to Boost. Demetrius Farmer on Miller. That's a mismatch. He tried to switch back in a hurry. Boost goes to the hoop. That shot no good. Fowler will go to the line, though, on that stick-back attempt. And that's going to be on Demetrius Farmer, his first.
That's what we talked about. They've had positive possessions so far. Had a miss on the shot, pound the boards, and try to get some second chance points.
Fowler, first free throw up and good on the season, shooting 53%. Let's take another look.
You see, nice no-look pass inside, takes it up, gets the foul, and shoots 2.
Second free throw, in and out, Farmer the rebound. Hey, don't forget, too, from suits to work boots, try Miller Clothing and Shoes in downtown New Philadelphia. Marty Miller's got a team of all-stars like Hager, Lee, and Wrangler jeans, and it's Hush Puppy and Wrangler Hush Puppy shoes and Red Wing shoes as well for you. They've got it all at Miller Clothing and Shoes. Stop in and see Marty Miller and Miller's Clothing and Shoes in downtown New Philadelphia. Easy for me to say. Alexander with it in the corner, drives baseline, kicks it back out to Ravine. Ravine in the lane, over to Farmer. Back out, Dummermuth eyes the 3. Get a little backspin off the iron, no good. The rebound tipped out, Johnson on the run. Johnson foul, though. And that's going to be on Ravine. That's going to be the third team foul on the Tornadoes. So Colombo will inbound it. DeBoost with a left hand for two. Nice play on the boards.
Now they're in a diamond press. Full court diamond. Doing anything to try to break up Dover's tempo.
6-0. The Quakers on top. Tornadoes looking for their first basket. And we're going to get a hold on Johnson. I'm predicting now that we're going to see a few foul shots in this one.
Yeah, Farmer had him posted up down on the block, and he was trying to work over the top. Farmer's a pretty big body, so it's a long way to work around, and got called for the hold.
Scott Kinsey and Caleb Beans in for the Quakers.
Scott Kinsey, Quaker fouls on number 42, is first.
The Tornadoes going to bring in Mason Mammarella here. It didn't start, but they're going to give it a go here. I think they just wanted to see how they were going to start and see how they were going to play without him before they inserted him into the game.
Well, the other thing here is, you know, now you just got to see how long he can go. With a high ankle sprain, you just don't know, you know, just any little bump can re-injure that right now.
Mammarella outside. That shot short. The rebound comes off to Scott Kinsey. And the Quakers, as always, on the run about midway through the first quarter here at the Quaker Gym. Dover still scoreless as Philly leads at 6-0. On the baseline, Colombo wheels and deals, gets two.
Still with that diamond press.
Ravine gets it to Swinnerman. Swinnerman will bring it in the front court. They really, that diamond press gives you some 2-on-1 opportunities. They just haven't forced the issue as Ravine's shot is off the mark. We'll have a foul inside on Colombo. That'll be his first.
See, that's possibly part of the reason Coach Spurgeon wants to use this diamond press is to speed them up, get them out of their tempo, you know, their controlled game and so forth, and make them rush and take some bad shots maybe.
Javon Morrow into the game for the Quakers. And Ravine will inbound. Swinnerman turns on the baseline, fires, no good. Morrow the rebound.
Dover 0 for 5 here to start the first quarter.
8-0. They drop it down low. The shot's good by Scott Kinsey. Dover's had enough. They're going to take a timeout here with 3:23 to go in the first quarter. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more basketball action in a moment here on Big Time Sports. So far, it's been all Quakers as they lead Dover 10-0 here in the first quarter.
Out of the timeout, Scott, Coach Spurgeon changes up his press. He goes back to the 2-2-1 box and then drop into the man-to-man.
Ravine brings it into the front court, gives it up to Alexander. Dover just doesn't have a lot of depth on the bench they can go to, so you can see that they tried Mammarella, and he's going to take another shot there and get fouled.
In particular, they don't have much size to come off of the bench either.
So let's take a look.
See, you're going to get, yep, caught him on the arm right off the shot.
And Dover's on the board as Mammarella hits the free throw. Question mark right up until game time, and then when his name wasn't announced in the starting lineup, we weren't sure he was going to play at all. As Colombo in along with Kinsey, Fowler, Morrow, and Johnson for the Quakers. Ravine, Alexander, Mammarella, Swinnerman, and Farmer for the Tornadoes. Second free throw by Mammarella is no good, and Kinsey the rebound. Morrow on the wing, drops it down low. Fowler underneath the hoop, and he walks with the basketball. That gives us a chance to tell you about Frontier Tool and Rental. They've got 2 locations in Brightwood and Strasburg, 330-339-7368. The proper equipment to get the job done. You need that? Well, you can go to Frontier Equipment Rental. Call them now at 330-339-RENT. And also we want to thank our good friends at Speedy Septic Tank Service for being with us for the best in septic care and cleaning. Call them to schedule your septic tank cleaning at 330-878-5423. That's Speedy Septic Tank Service in Strasburg. So the Tornadoes with the basketball, trailing by 9. 2.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Dover being patient, though. Now they throw it away. Colombo takes it all the way to the hoop with a left hand, rolls off. The rebound by Kinsey for 2. Quakers with more pressure. This time Swinnerman's trying to dribble out of trouble. Gets it ahead to Ravine. Mamarella sets 3, no good. And there's going to be a big foul on Farmer, as that's going to go the other way. And now he gets a technical foul on top of it. So he had 1. He got the second personal, then he got the technical. I believe that's going to give him 3 fouls at this point. Let's take another look here. I think there's some pushing and shoving into the basket.
Check off underneath. Go up, he slaps him. Got it, they go down in a heap.
I think it was right after that where see some of the action there. So as we get back to live action. Jonathan Fell comes into the game, replacing Farmer. That is now 3 fouls on Farmer. Our interpretation was correct. So Colombo at the line, shoots and hits. Hit 1 of 2. And now the Quakers will get the basketball. So a lot of action here. Now the Dover's, one of their biggest guys inside, he's on the bench with 3 fouls.
Yeah, it makes it tough.
Johnson has it stripped away. Alexander will push. Alexander stops, shoots, no good. Tipped up and no good. Colombo comes out of there with it. And Miller will push for the Quakers. Drives baseline. Stolen away by Swinnerman. Little ragged here toward the end of this first quarter.
Dover still 0 for 9 from the field, Scott, here in the first quarter.
Well, 13-1 pretty much says it all here for the first quarter. As Ravine rolls to the hoop, can't get the shot to fall, but he will have a couple of chances at the free throw line. Let's take another look on the Weaver Bar and Tree line.
Nice pick away from the ball. Takes it up, sees fouled, ball rolls off the rim.
Free throw by Ravine is good. He's a 73% shooter from the charity stripe. As Kinsey is in, Caleb Beans is in, Jamal Johnson, Boos, and Colombo. Fowler and Miller go to the bench quick. As the second free throw is no good. Quakers easily clear the rebound. Kinsey with it. Quakers going to be happy to take some time off the clock, kind of go to the 4 corners. Quakers in no rush here. They lead at 13-2. And there again, aggressive defense. Mamarella able to poke it away, went off of Johnson, and the Tornadoes get it back.
That's 5 turnovers for the Quakers. Their lead could be a lot more than what it is right now.
Mamarella can't hang on to it. Stolen back by Johnson. Stolen by Jonathan Fell. Mamarella gets it over to Ravine on the wing. And then we're going to get the offensive foul as Fell got a little too aggressive.
Tornado fouls on number 40,
And that is team foul number 6 on the Tornadoes. New Philly with 5.
Team 6.
So the Quakers will have it. See if they decide to spread it out again, or looks like they're going to go to the high post offense. And Bob Vaughn's going to get a technical foul here. He's been unhappy. He's got to do something. That's a coach deal there. He's got to do something to try to get his team fired up.
He's going to work the one official who's been making the calls, and then he's going to, like you said, try to do something to get people fired up here.
He's got to be careful because he can't really afford to take a second one.
No.
It's Colombo again, hits the second. So he's going to be pretty much tethered to the bench now the rest of the game. I haven't seen him get that fired up in a while.
Yeah. Dover, New Philly.
Well, things aren't going well for the Tornadoes, that's for sure.
I mean, they're 0 for 10 from the field. You got to do something. Try to get them going.
That time they get a traveling call. Could have gone either way. So 13 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Tornadoes trail 14-2. They do have the basketball. Mammarella, 15-footer, good. And at the end of the first quarter, it's 14-4. New Philly leading Dover. We'll be back with more in a moment on Big Time Sports. At the end of the first period, New Philly leads at 14-4 as we begin the second quarter action. And Bruce, shooting stats for Dover just horrendous.
Too bad, yeah. 1 of 11 in the first quarter. And like we were talking about, if New Philly hadn't turned the ball over 7 times in the first quarter, the score would be a lot worse than what it is right now.
So the Quakers will have the ball to begin the second period of action. The Haas Body Shop quarter recap. The New Philadelphia Quakers came out with a 10-0 run to start the game. They led 13-1 with 1:21 to go. The shooting statistics, as you heard them for Dover, not very good. New Philly was able to hit enough shots to get out to this 10-point lead, and that's where we're at here with 7.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. That is the Haas Body Shop quarter recap. And Bruce, you're going to have to fill me in on that shot.
That was number 3.
So that was Kinsey for 2. Thanks again to Haas Body Shop as Mammarella goes strong to the hoop. Can't let the game get in the way of the commercials.
That's right.
The Quaker fouls on number 3, Scott Kinsey. That's his first. Team 6. Mason Mammarella, shoot 2.
Mammarella at the line. First one's up good. He's got 4.
Back for your Quakers, number 33.
Brandon Fowler in, replacing Scott Kinsey. Good look at Mason Mammarella. Second shot's good. Last game I had of his in the Tornadoes, Mammarella had over 30 points in the game against Manchester in the Hoops for Healing Classic in Canton.
And he's got 5 out of their 6 so far tonight. Off the bench.
On the wing is Miller. He'll bring it across court to Johnson. Inside to Fowler. Johnson's not a guy that's generally going to give you a lot of points.
No.
Booth in the lane. He's going to walk with it. Let's take another look as they feed it inside.
You see him take 1 dribble, 1, 2, 3 at least steps.
So the Tornadoes break the press. They'll run it with Mammarella at the point. 6.5 minutes to go, second quarter. Swinnerman inside Turns, shoots, no good. And the rebound to Johnson, the smallest guy on the floor.
New Philadelphia has just totally controlled the board so far tonight. That's 9 rebounds to Dover's 1 so far.
Johnson calling out the play out top. And another travel call.
Not too many times you could sit here and say a team's 1 minute into the second quarter has 9 turnovers and they're up 10 points.
That's pretty unusual. And Morella back out to Swinnerman. They'll give it up now to Alexander. They're double teaming out front. Alexander forced to pass. Everybody hits the deck. We'll get a jump ball call. It will stay with the Tornadoes. I want to remind you, too, about our good friends at Big Jim's Burgers and More on the south side of New Philadelphia. Stop in and see Big Jim. Get a Big Jim's Burgers, some fries, whatever you need. All at Big Jim's Burgers and More on the south side of New Philadelphia. Amarella on the baseline for 2. New Philly is allowing the Tornadoes to come back just as we say that. Chad Spurgeon says, I need a timeout.
Well, I mean, they've turned the ball over every time they've had it here in the second quarter, so they haven't even really got a shot off here in the second quarter much. So, you know, they've cut into the lead a little bit. Mamarella's cut into the lead a little bit. I believe he's scored 7 out of 8 now.
So don't forget, too, about our good friends at Pangrazio's Pizza and Spaghetti House in Denison and in Dover. They've got weekly specials, and they also have everyday lunch specials at both locations in Denison and in Dover. They also deliver to local businesses for orders over $30. Pangrazio's Pizza and Spaghetti Houses in Dover and in Denison. Leading scorer for Dover, no question about it, Mason Mammarella with 7 off the bench. For the Quakers, Scott Kinsey has 6. Marco Colombo has 4. So the lead now down to 8. At one point, it was 13-1.
Yes. Philly's been very, very aggressive with their man-to-man half-court defense. You know, they've really pressured Dover's guards, and they just haven't been able. The only person being able to do anything is Mammarella.
So 16-8, New Philly with the double up on Dover. Colombo finds Miller. They go inside to boost from the left side for 2 more. He gets on that left block that he likes, so he can use his left hand, his strong hand, and it's going well for the Quakers.
Well, they're going to play that little game down on the block. They're going to shoot it out there, either take the 3 with Colombo, or they're going to dump it down in on the block.
Blocked by Colombo as Swinnerman spun for the 2-point attempt. Let's take another look.
Good spin, good block from behind.
So another 2 for the Tornadoes. The lead back down to 8. We have foul inside on Fell, so that'll lead to the 1-and-1. As the Tornadoes bring in Zach Parrish.
The Dover fouls on number 40, Jonathan Bell, his second penalty situation. Ethan Booth will shoot 1-and-1.
First shot is up and good. So Booth hits. He's got 5. Second shot, good. Boost now with 6. It's 20-10. As Javon Morrow comes into the game for the Quakers to match up with Fowler, Miller, Colombo, and Johnson. Coming up at halftime, we'll have our Advantage Bank halftime report. Levine finally gets it to Swinnerman. Swinnerman has it nearly stolen. They'll call the jump ball, and it will go to the Quakers. So another turnover on Dover.
Just a lot of pressure. They get them in the corners out there, double team them, get them turn their back to the basket, double team them. Dover's going to have a lot of problems with this pressure right now.
But you know, as poorly as the Tornadoes have shot the basketball, they're still within 10.
Still in the game.
Yeah, still in the game.
And New Philly's shot it great. They're 7 of 10 from the field.
Again, I think we're going to get another jump ball call. This time it'll go back to the Tornadoes. Also, too, don't forget Haas Body Shop at 140 West Broadway in Dover. They have a team of experts on the offense, tackling collisions to dents with over 60 years of serving the public. Haas Body Shop will put your car back on the front line. Call Steve or Wes for top quality service at 330-343-1311. That's Haas Auto Body Shop. Mamarella drives in. They're going to call the offensive foul.
That's his first.
Like we talked about, Dover a little thin off the bench. If they get in foul trouble, then they're really going to be in trouble.
Miller open for three. Front of the rim and off. Kind of unusual attempt at a stick back. And the Tornadoes come out of there with it. As Parrish on the wing. He'll look to the side, now bring it across court to Swinnerman. Underneath, Alexander. His fadeaway is no good. Parrish is going to be called for the push-off. And that will result in a couple of free throws. That is foul number 10, so we're in the double bonus. So Miller at the line, shooting 67%, hits the first. He's got 4. Second shot is good. Miller hits them both. It's 22-10. Quakers come into this one 3-2. Dover comes in at 4-1. Swinnerman back out to Mamarella with 2:58 to go. Dover just got to play their game, try and survive till halftime, see if they can make some adjustments. Mamarella hits 2 more. He's got 11. So Johnson inside Kinsey. Puts it up with the right hand, gets the roll. Kinsey with 8. He's had a nice first half.
Nice first half. New Philly using their size advantage, inside, and it's paid off big for them.
Mamarella shot short off the Quakers. It'll stay with the Tornadoes. So Jordan Ravine back in along with Jake Dumermuth. We're going to get a hold here. It's going to be on Miller, and that'll be a 1-and-1. That actually is the 3rd foul on Miller, so they're going to probably want to think about getting him off the floor, but nobody's at the scorer's table. Looks like they're going to let him play. That free throw is no good. Kinsey the rebound. Miller will push. Fowler, 3. Rattles it out and back in. 27-12. It's been all Quakers here in this first half. Another steal. Fowler will push. Colombo out to Miller. Miller stops, pops, short, gets his own rebound. The stick back good. No block out there at all, and the Tornadoes are going to take another timeout. That gives us time to tell you about Dover Brake. They pride themselves in providing outstanding customer service and delivery while specializing in everything to do with brakes. Dover Brake's located on Route 21 north of Strasburg. Give them a call at 330-878-5951. And be sure also to check out their heavy-duty equipment sales. That's at Dover Brake in Strasburg. Things just aren't getting any better for the Tornadoes.
No, I mean, they're only 4 of 18 from the field here in the first half. On the other hand, Philly's 10 of 15. Philly's just controlling the boards. 12 rebounds to Dover's 2. And, I mean, it's just been all Dover. New Philadelphia. Dover has no answer for New Philadelphia's inside game right now or their pressure.
Next week on Big Time Sports, the Tusky Valley Trojans basketball team will be the featured squad. So get to hear all that you need to know about the Trojans from Coach Steve Franks, several of his players on the Big Time Sports Show on PCM TV2. Mammarella takes it to the hoop, lays it in. I'm not sure there. Let that go.
Well, there probably could have been a foul. There probably could have been traveling. You name it. They didn't call anything, and the basket went.
Ball stolen away by the Tornadoes. Dover's not giving up. They're still trying to fight back into this one, even though they're down 15. Mammarella in the lane. In and out. Rebound. Alexander. No good. Swinnerman a follow. 3 chances. No good. Colombo comes out of there with it. And with under a minute to go here in the first half, the Quakers lead it by 15. And they'll spread it out into the 4 corners here, try and take some time off the clock. And now we'll get a foul on Alexander, and that'll be 2 shots for Colombo. That's the second foul on Alexander. Fell and Alexander with 2, Farmer with 3, and the Tornadoes going to have to manage their lineup in the second half.
Yeah, it's like when we talked about keys to the game. Dover wanted to keep the score in the 40s, but I don't think, Philly on the other hand wanted to get it into the 50s and 60s.
Returning for your Quakers, number 2, Caleb Dean.
Caleb Beans back in for the Quakers. Colombo, second free throw. That one unsuccessful, and with 34 seconds to go, the Tornadoes trail by 16. Don't forget the Advantage Bank halftime report coming up. Mammarella takes it all the way in, no good. Dimmermuth follows and gets 2. Quakers with 16 seconds to use. Caleb Beans gives it up to Morrow with 9 seconds. Out to Colombo. Colombo's going to have to do something with it. He'll pull up with a 15-footer. It's short. The rebound to the Tornadoes, and that's the half. 30-16. The New Philadelphia Quakers with a commanding lead here at the quarter break. We'll come back with the Advantage Bank halftime report in a moment. Stay with us here on Big Time Sports. And welcome back to the halftime entertainment of our game between New Philadelphia and Dover. This is the Advantage Bank halftime report. Scott Robinson and Bruce Witter with you as you see the Quakers on top. So let's kind of run it down for everybody. The Quakers jumped out to a 10-0 lead. They led 14-4 at the end of 1. They lead 30-16 here at the half. So let's take a look at the numbers, and people are soon going to see how that happened.
Yeah, Dover has not shot the ball well at all. 6 of 24 from the field, 25%. On the other hand, New Philadelphia, a lot of close-in shots, a couple of threes have gone down, 10 of 16, 63%. Free throw line, Dover 4 of 7, New Philadelphia 8 of 12. Rebounding, New Philadelphia has controlled the boards 13-7. Turnover-wise, like Scott and I talked earlier, if New Philadelphia hadn't made so many turnovers, the score at halftime could be worse.
And let's take a look individually at the scoring for the New Philadelphia Quakers. Scott Kinsey with 8, Ronnie Miller with 7. And for the Dover Tornadoes, it's Mason Mammarella off the bench with 11. Jake Dumermuth had 2, also Jonathan Fell with 2 for the Tornadoes. And that's been our Advantage Bank halftime report. Stop in and see the fine folks at Advantage Bank as we appreciate their ongoing support of big-time sports. So ready to go here with the third quarter, and the Dover Tornadoes with a number of problems, including foul trouble. 2 technical fouls in the half, 1 on Demetrius Farmer, 1 on Coach Bob Von Kennel. They've got their hands full to come back in this game.
Yeah, they right now they have not been able to handle New Philadelphia's half-court defensive pressure. The full court pressure hasn't been that bad, but they got to do something to try to work the ball and get some better shots.
Boos over to Colombo, back out top to Johnson. So working around to Fowler, back out top Miller to Colombo. He's open for 3, fires, got it. And they're going to start right out where they left off.
Yeah, work the ball around, a couple of off the ball screens. Finally found Colombo open on the wing for 3.
Swinnerman, his shot's short. Boos has it, fires the outlet, and it will stay with the Tornadoes. So Mason Mammarella will bring it into the front court. Knocked out of bounds. You look at the athletes that are out there today, some of their dads were pretty good players.
Oh, yeah.
Ethan Boos's dad, Jim, played for the Quakers. You've got Mickey Mammarella, who played for the Tornadoes. You've got some pretty good players out there. John Colombo, who played for Central Catholic. His son's out there, so we can't be remiss not talking about Grandpa Colombo, too. So, they've got a lot of talent, a lot in the genes in this game here tonight.
Yes.
Minute gone by here in the third quarter on the Dover Dental Group scoreboard, and New Philly with a 17-point lead, and they've led throughout.
Yeah, it's like you said, they jumped out to that 10-point lead, and it's never been less than that at any time.
Miller fires the 3. That's no good. Boos the rebound. Boos tried to dump it inside. Stolen away by Farmer. So now the Tornadoes got to find a way to score some points.
Yeah, somebody besides Mammarella.
It's going to be pretty difficult for him to just come down the floor all the time and shoot each and every trip down the floor, as Boos will get free throws. That's the 3rd foul on Alexander. And now let's take another look on the Weaver Barnes rewind.
Here's the replay. See him take it to the basket, get fouled, go into the foul line, shoot 2.
Free throw up, good. Both of these programs have young kids coming that I think there's a bright future ahead for both Dover and New Philadelphia.
Yeah, Dover, you saw they won the reserve game quite handily. Coach Mike Gunther does a great job with the Dover reserves. They had 3 freshmen playing, so a lot of freshmen on the New Philly reserve team as well under Coach Sunheimer.
So the Tornadoes with the basketball. They trail by 18 points. Alexander back out. Mammarella fires the 3. No good. The rebound comes off to Farmer. Mammarella takes it all the way to the hoop with the left hand for 2 more. He's got 13. Miller will bring it across the timeline. Johnson pops out. They're trying to feed Fowler down on the low block, working against Swinnerman. Miller reverses it out to Colombo for 3. That shot's no good. Mammarella the rebound, and it's turned into what, in a lot of ways, into a pickup game here so far.
Yeah, not much.
That foul is going to be on Jamal Johnson. It'll be his second. It's just his first, rather. And that'll put Mammarella at the line to shoot 2 shots. Mammarella on the year shooting 68%. First one is up, good. New Philadelphia with really balanced scoring. They have 4 players with 7 or 8 points.
Dover, on the other hand, not so balanced.
Swirlerman out, fell in for the Dover Tornadoes. It's Beans, Colombo, Kinsey, Miller, and Johnson for the Quakers. Second free throw in and out. Kinsey the rebound. Miller drives to the baseline, then has it swatted back out of bounds by Mammarella. Beans throws it way out top to Johnson. 5 minutes to go here, third quarter. New Philly in control. Johnson looks inside for Beans. They bring it back out. Miller rotates to the left side. Gives it up to Colombo. He'll drive baseline. And we're going to get a blocking foul on the Tornadoes. That'll be the second team foul here in the half, as that's going to be on Jonathan Fell. That's his third. And quickly Swinnerman will come back in, this time for Farmer. Thought they might replace Fell, but both Farmer and Fell have 3 fouls. Miller snags it, elbow jumper for 2. Quakers simply have not missed enough to allow Dover back in the game.
No, they've shot the ball very well tonight.
The Tornadoes have faced relentless pressure by the Quakers. Fell, jump stop, shot off the glass, too hard. The rebound to Miller. Miller pushes up the left side. He'll stop, pop, got it! And he shot's a good shot for the Quakers right now. And they lead it 38-19.
You know, as well as they've shot the ball tonight, Scott, I think Coach Spurgeon's going to be more pleased with the way they played defense so far tonight.
Yeah, they are holding Dover to what could very well be a season low if it continues the way it's going right now. The Tornadoes on the season have been averaging about 45 points a game as we get a foul inside. Looks like it's going to go offensively against Colombo. So that will be the second foul on Colombo, as the Tornadoes want to take a 30-second timeout. We'll take a break. We'll come back with more in a moment as New Phillies doubled up Dover in the third. Back in more in a moment here on Big Time Sports. 3:48 to go here in the third quarter. The Tornadoes have subbed in Jake Dumermuth, replacing Mason Mammarella. Give him a breather here.
There's a little change up now, a little 1-2-2 or 1-3-1 half-court trap press.
Fell throws it to nobody out there. Morrow's going to come away with it. Morrow's going to take it in, loses it out of bounds, but it's going to stay with the Quakers.
I mean, Quakers' defense has just been, to me, has been absolutely exceptional tonight. I mean, their defense to me is a lot better than as well as they've shot the basketball. I love the way they're playing defense.
They have mixed it up very nicely with their presses and those kind of things too to really confuse the Tornadoes.
Well, they've taken them out of their element. They've thrown them off schedule. You know.
They've controlled the tempo,
right.
And that's exactly what Dover does not want to have happen.
Dover always tries to control the tempo because normally they can't get pressed a lot. And like I said, it's not so much the full court Quaker pressure as it is the half court man-to-man defense. They're just all denying the wing passes, denying the cuts, hedging, I mean, it's all there tonight.
So the Tornadoes with it, trailing by 19. As Dimmermuth finds Farmer. They look inside. Swinnerman, the intended recipient, has it knocked away. And then stolen away at the backside by the Tornadoes.
One thing Coach Spurgeon's not going to be happy with is the turnovers.
He hasn't had too much to yell about tonight. Ravine's shot blocked by Colombo, but Colombo called for the foul. And that will be foul number 3 on Marco. Let's take another look.
So he gives up the baseline. That's the one fault. Goes up, gets him a little on the arm.
Ravine at the line hits the free throw. That's his second point of the night. Hey, don't forget, too, that Mast Pharmacy has stores in Berlin, Millersburg, and Shreve. Mast Pharmacy is a hometown business serving all your pharmacy needs Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 6:30, Saturday, 8:30 to 3, keeping our community healthy. Stop into Mast Pharmacy today. As Ravine hits them both, he's got 3, and it's 38-21. Dover at about half of their total point production per game so far this season. Morrow flips it inside. Nice pass to Fowler. And Swinnerman with the foul. Let's take another look.
Replay. Here it is inside. Let him get position. Down inside. Can't stop it.
Fowler's free throw rolls off. On the season, shooting 53%. He's got 4 points in our game.
Dover on the season only gives up 36 a game, and New Philly's already passed that up.
So now the Quakers going to try to find a way to get it across the timeline. It's poked away from behind to give and go. Fowler's going to take it in for the easy 2. 20-point lead for New Philadelphia. The ball still loose in the backcourt. They're going to have to bring Mammarella back in, and we have a foul on the Tornadoes. And that's going to be on Dewermuth. And I think this is one of those games when they get the tape of this one, they're just going to file it away. There's not going to be much to be learned from this one.
Burn it.
Zach Parrish into the game as we take another look.
You see they get them in the corner, they get their back turned. Now they're on the floor after the ball. And a little tacky on the call there. Both of them going for the basketball.
Fowler with it on the wing for the Quakers. Farmer will come out on him, then drop off. Quakers looking for those backdoor cuts. There you had it with Kinsey. Kinsey now with 10.
No answer for that inside game, Scott. Just too much size down in there.
Tornado's going to have a rough patch in the schedule ahead if they can't get this all corrected. Mammarella just simply walked with a basketball. I don't know how else you'd say it.
Yeah, tried to force that down in there. End up with a travel.
So a minute 19 to go here in the third quarter, 43-21. And the Quakers have another turnover. Tell you what, I've seen a lot of these Dover Philly games. I don't remember many that have been spread out this far on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Parrish over to Farmer. Now to Alexander inside, back to Parrish. His first 2. 43-23 as we're in the final minute of the third quarter. And the Quakers want to take a timeout. Not sure what that's all about, but we'll call it a learning timeout. How about that? Don't forget, too, Taylor Financial will keep all your insurance needs in good hands with Allstate. Taylor Financial's expertise can give you confidence that all of your insurance needs are in good hands. Taylor Financial also has a great investment portfolio. With the onset of the oil and gas leases, make an appointment with Mike or Bruce Taylor today. Make sure your money is protected. Taylor Financial is located in New Philly, Coshocton, and at their newest location on Dressler Road in Canton. Coming up on the schedule for Big Time Sports, we've got about a week off, then we come back on Friday, December the 30th, Maple Heights at Tuscarora with Central Catholic. Then on Tuesday, January the 3rd, Bruce, I think it's you and I maybe at Zanesville at Dover?
Zanesville
possibly.
at Dover, I believe so, yes.
And then on Friday the 6th, we've got Rosecrans at New Philadelphia. That one should be a good one as well. So a lot of basketball action still to come on Big Time Sports as we head into the new year. Morrow drops it down low to Fowler. Fowler turns, shoots, got it, and he'll go to the line. The Quakers simply have not done many things wrong tonight.
No. Shot the ball very well, played defense very well. The only bad thing they've done is turn the ball over too much. You can see him move the ball, good bounce pass down inside, gets him on his hip, spins off of it, turns, shoot, and one.
Fowler completes the three-point play, and it's 46-23. Swinnerman gives it back to Mammarella with 24 seconds to go here in the quarter. Parrish with it on the wing. Back out to Swinnerman. Scott Robinson and Bruce Witter with you. As that one, they're going to say, was deflected out by the Quakers. Beans and Boos back in for Miller and Kinsey with 18 seconds to go here in the quarter. Swinnerman gives it back to Mammarella with 14 seconds to go. Johnson comes out on him. Mammarella trying to find some room, but Farmer's going to clean it up. He'll get his first two. And that will wind down the third quarter. So 46-25 as we head into the fourth quarter. New Philly dominating Dover. We'll be back with fourth quarter action in a moment. Stay with us here on Big Time Sports. Quaker Gym is rocking and rolling as the home team leading the Dover Tornadoes 46-25. Time now for the Haas Body Shop update here as we begin this fourth quarter. The Tornadoes trailed New Philadelphia 10-0 to start the ball game. They trailed 14-4 at the end of one, 30-16 at the half, 46-25 at the end of three, as they just have not shot the ball very well, and they quite frankly just haven't matched up very well against the Quakers. So it's been a dominating performance so far by New Philly as we head into this fourth quarter. That's the Haas Body Shop update, brought to you by Haas Body Shop at 140 West Broadway in Dover. Inside, Boos gets two more. He's got 9. Boy, you look at the scoring for the Quakers. Jamal Johnson is the only starter that does not have basically an 8, 9, 10, or 11-point night. He has not scored at all. As we get a 5-second call on Mammarella. Miller with 11, Fowler with 10. Boos with 9, Kinsey with 10, and Colombo with 8. For Dover, you've got Mason Mammarella and a bunch of other 1s and 2s. Mammarella with 14 in this one for the Tornadoes. As it's off the Tornadoes, it'll stay with the Quakers. Morrow to inbound. Colombo over to Miller. Miller looks for the spin move against Swinnerman, gives it up. Colombo will take the three and hit.
That's 7 straight baskets for New Philadelphia. 7 out of their last 7 shots have gone down.
Farmer left alone inside. Banks it high off the backboard for 2. 51-27. Colombo drives the lane inside, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Will go the other way. And for Colombo, that is foul number 4.
I think they're going to call block on him now.
All right, well, they changed it because the initial call, absolutely, the underneath official called it an offensive foul, no question about it.
Here's the
So
play
they've changed it.
You see him come over. can't really see.
So he'll get the basket. Absolutely, it was an overrule. There's no question in my mind that the underneath official had called offensive foul. Makes no never mind as the Quakers continue the domination. Nice play by Marco Colombo as he gets the three-point play. He's got 14. Mamarella shoots and scores. It's been Mamarella and a bunch of AYOs, all you others.
Yeah, there's, Dover's going to have to find another scorer somehow, if they're going to have a successful season.
Morrow trapped inside in the lane, shot partially blocked, drops it off to Boos. And Boos will get a couple more free throws.
Yeah, one thing the Quakers have done really well tonight, they've found the open player. Even though they get the ball down into paint just like that, they're always looking for that open guy down underneath the basket.
When you have the height advantage they do inside, certainly they want to go to their strength, and that is their strength. That will be the inside game. They've actually got a balance of both.
Yeah, they've put up a lot of threes this year, and they've shot the three sparingly tonight, and it's always been an open three. There hasn't been any forced threes, so they've always looked for to try to get the points down in the paint.
So the Tornadoes will bring in Michael Donizetti. See if he can get some experience here with 5:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Second shot by Boos is good. And we get another timeout by the Quakers. And when it's a 27-point blowout, announcers don't like to see timeouts.
No.
No question about it. Coming up at the end of the game, we're going to have the Texas Roadhouse post-game show. We'll also have our Manor Restaurant MVP as you get a good look at the Quaker cheering section. They've had a lot to cheer about tonight as the Quakers have led from the outset. Dover has never had the lead, never even sniffed the lead in this one as the Quakers went out to a 10-0 early lead and never looked back as it has just been a dominating performance, maybe as dominating as I've ever seen in this type of environment in this type of game.
Yeah, Dover just hasn't had any answer for it. And on top of that, they shot the ball very poorly coming out, down 10 right off the get-go, and it's just a long ways back for them because they just don't have that type of team. Their makeup is control the tempo, keep the score in the 40s, and they got a shot. Game goes into the 50s and 60s, they probably don't have a shot. They just don't have enough of that scoring mentality.
Again, on behalf of all of us at Big Time Sports, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year as it is the holidays. We hope that you make it a happy and safe one. Scott Robinson and Bruce Witter wrapping up this one with 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. As the final ending of this one, it was written quite a while ago. We'll get the foul inside on Morrow as Mamarella will go to the line.
Basket was good. The Quaker foul is number 4, Jamar Morrow. That's his first.
So Mamarella, 68% free throw shooter, looking for another point. Did not get it. Ball bounces around. Colombo comes down with a rebound. Miller finds Beans on the side. And violation there. Turnover to the Tornadoes. Fowler will come in, replacing Morrow. Ravine on the wing. Tornadoes just haven't, as Mamarella fires away again, hits the three. They just haven't had any backup scoring to Mamarella whatsoever.
No, he's been all the scoring, and like we said, they shot the ball very poorly here until late in the game.
Miller down the left side of the lane, the runner for two. Miller with 13. Coach Chad Spurgeon over there thinking about, I wonder what I can get on these guys about in practice this week.
Turnovers.
Yep, that's about the only chink in the armor right now. Mammarella again for 3 more, hits it, and he comes up limping a little bit. He's favoring that ankle, and that is not good news for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, I think he came down on the side of the defender right there. Doesn't take much to tweak it once it's happened.
Yep, he is definitely in pain. He is going to have to come out here as Miller hits. Mammarella will get the rebound. He'll bring it into the front court. A little surprised Tornadoes don't even take maybe a timeout here to get him out of the game. As Farmer turns, shoots, and scores. I think they're just hoping he'll run it off a little bit.
Yeah, it looks, he's still limping noticeably. Not as bad, but
58-39 on the Dover Dental Group scoreboard. Quakers remain in control. Swinnerman with the big board in Mammarella. Yep, they're finally going to take a timeout and get him out of the game. I think they've seen enough. He gave it a good shot. I mean, he came in, scored 22 points on a bum ankle. That's
yeah, he went really well. You got to give the young man credit. I mean, it was going well there. He got, one of those situations, shot a long 3, came down on the, the foot of the defender, and just one of those freak things, and tweaked it again. Doesn't take much to tweak it. Same type of ankle injury you see Ben Roethlisberger with right now. It's just hard to maneuver on.
Well, you take off his 22 points off of their 39. If he can't go next week, that doesn't bode well for the Tornadoes.
The thing about it is they might not even have taken his 22 off because he distributes the ball. He's the point guard. He runs the offense. That he makes up most of the points even when he doesn't score them.
I also remind you, too, about Gary's Italian Market in Delhi on North Tuscarawas Avenue in Dover. They've got a little bit of everything here over the holiday. Stop in and see Gary. They've got delicious sub sandwiches and deli trays. They've also got deli meats, cheeses, salads, and they can cater your part of your event. Give Gary's Market a call at 330-343-6254. Ravine from the corner. That shot no good. Stick back, though, by Swinnerman for 2. His first 2 of the game. And it's 58-41 with 2 minutes, 40 seconds to play. Don't forget Texas Roadhouse postgame show and the Manor Restaurant MVP coming up, and that one's going to be a tough one to call. We've had a lot of good performances by the Quakers. Morrow fouled as he goes to the hoop.
Tornado foul number 21, Zach Parrish. That's his 3rd.
So we'll take another look.
See a good pass here. Inside, takes it up strong, gets hammered.
Hits the free throw. Only 2 on the new Philly roster that have not scored, Johnson and Beans. Yeah, the second shot by Morrow is good. He's got a couple.
Up, I think they waved it off.
Yep. Violation, so that comes off the board. It's 59-41. Parrish with it on the wing. Swinnerman drops it to Parrish. And out to Jake Dimmermuth. Tornadoes just, even at this late date, still can't find a way to get anybody open.
Yeah, Quaker pressure defense has just been outstanding tonight. This half-court defense has just been suffocating on Dover. They double team on the sidelines, double team in the corners. Anytime somebody turns their back, they double team him.
A foul on Jamal Johnson, but Dover will inbound from the side. So we'll see how the Tornadoes want to play out this final minute and a half. Ravine with it. Back out top to Jonathan Fell.
Dover just doesn't have much of an inside presence, and just can't go down inside.
So Fell will go to the line. Dover's got a number of players on the side waiting to come in. Tell you what, when you do it like Chad Spurgeon does it, you've got 8 players. You've got 8 kids with lots of playing time.
Yeah, and it's like I said, there's no drop off. It doesn't make any difference what 5's in there. They're all playing defense. They're all working hard.
That free throw by Fell is good. He's got 3. Wes Baker is in. Quentin Mamarella is in. And I believe Jack Bircher is the 3rd Tornado in as Fell hits another free throw. He's got 4. Quaker's just going to spread it out. They're not going to be in any hurry as we're in the final minute. Colombo dumps it back to Johnson. They drop it down low to Kinsey. He'll flip it back out to Colombo. And finally, Fell commits the foul, and that will be another 1-and-1 for the Quakers. So Kinsey and Fowler head to the bench. Their night is done with 33 seconds to go. They get a nice round of applause from a packed house here at the Quaker Gym. That free throw is no good, and it's out of bounds as Miller will hit the bench. And the Tornadoes will have it with 30 seconds to go. Dimmermuth with it on the wing. He'll bring it back out top to Mamarella. Quentin Mamarella in the lane, fires the shot and rolls off the front edge. The rebound to Morrow. And I think the Quakers can bring it across the timeline. Just hold on to it because that is going to do it. 59-43 the final. As a great performance by the New Philadelphia Quakers against their arch rival, the Dover Tornadoes, takes place here at the Quaker Gym. We'll come back, wrap it up for you with the Texas Roadhouse postgame show, and name our Man and Restaurant MVP. All coming up momentarily here on Big Time Sports. The New Philadelphia Quakers come up with a big victory over arch rival Dover, 59-43. The Quakers improve to 4-2 on the season, while the Dover Tornadoes fall to 4-2. This is the Texas Roadhouse post-game show, and boy, things went bad for Dover early on as the Quakers jumped out to a 10-0 lead. At the half, it was 30-16. New Philly increased that lead to 21 points at the end of 3, and then they come up and win it 59-43. So, Bruce, let's take a look at our numbers from the contest, and we can see why.
Yep. Numbers reflect the score of the game. Dover 16-41 from the field, 39%. New Philadelphia, a lot of inside shots, shot the ball well, 20 of 32, 63%. From the free throw line, Dover 9 of 14, New Philadelphia 15 of 23. Rebounds, a little closer than what it really, seemed to be. New Philly controlled the boards 21-14. Turnover-wise, lots of turnovers. That's the one thing probably Coach Spurgeon, if he has anything to complain about after this game, it might be taking care of the basketball. Philly 16, Dover 13.
So that is the Texas Roadhouse post-game show. As we take a look at our leading scorers, it was Marco Colombo with 14, Ronnie Miller with 13, and for the Dover Tornadoes, it was Mason Mammarella off the bench with 22, and Demetrius Farmer with 6. So thanks to the good folks at Texas Roadhouse, once again on Bluebell Drive, Northwest in New Philadelphia. We also have our special replay here, the Taylor Financial replay, and it's going to be a pass inside to Brandon Fowler as he made a nice move, spun, got the basket, and was fouled. So that is our Taylor Financial Services Good Hands play of the game, brought to you by Brandon Fowler and the good friends at Taylor Financial Services. Our final duty tonight, a Man Restaurant MVP, and I'll tell you what, Ronnie Miller had a great game all around. We're going to give it to him. Ronnie Miller is our Man Restaurant MVP for our game here tonight between the Quakers and the Tornadoes. There you get a good look at him as he lines up for one of his free throws. He had 13 points in this one. So that is going to do it as the New Philadelphia Quakers come out a winner over Dover, 59-43. Again, we want to wish you the happiest of holiday seasons. For Bruce Witter and the rest of our Big Time Sports and Prestige Creative Marketing team, I'm Scott Robinson saying so long, everybody.